feel like I'm in a group now. If you're ever starting to feel a little bit better about yourself for whatever reason, let's say you lost a few pounds and the waistband of your underwear is no longer digging into your skin so much that it's starting to draw blood. Or who knows, maybe you held the door open for someone and they looked you in the eye and said thank you. Doubt that happened, but let's just say it did. Or here's one purely hypothetical. Maybe this morning over breakfast, your spouse turned to you and said, maybe you're not as dumb as I thought you were. For whatever reason, your normally low self-esteem is creeping up above zero and you're starting to feel uncomfortable. Well, I have the perfect solution. All you need to do is set up a camera in your basement and start talking to yourself like an idiot, and your self-worth will plummet like a rock. This may be the stupidest thing that I've ever done, and that is saying something. So why do it? Surely I must have better things to do with my time? Not really. Nope. Turns out I'm pretty boring. I like to hang out with my family who's upstairs right now. I like to ride my bike around Boulder. And when I'm not doing those two things, the thing I like to do is help founders and entrepreneurs build successful businesses. And as a VC, I'm very lucky that that's my job. But as a VC, I tend to do that work one company at a time, one founder at a time. The power of a format like this is that I can teach it once and hopefully lots and lots of people can learn from it. So that's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm becoming a YouTuber. Jesus, that sounds so stupid. Okay, I want to start with a mistake that I see so many founders make from the very beginning. And if we can eliminate this mistake, we're going to eliminate a lot of pain and heartache in startup world. You see, for whatever reason, over the last 10 years, we've kind of become infatuated with this raise first culture. The notion is that I'm going to start a business, first thing I need to do is go out and raise money. Imagine for a second that you decided you wanted to be a professional basketball player. Instead of focusing on your dribbling or playing great defense or becoming an amazing shooter, you decided the first thing you should do is hire a lawyer who's going to help you negotiate a great sneaker contract. It's as ridiculous as it sounds, but that's where we are in this raise first culture. That's why there's 500 new VC firms started every month. We're just trying to keep up with demand. One of the biggest challenges we have in venture is you have a bunch of people out raising money or who have raised money who probably never should have taken money from a VC in the first place. And so that's how I want to start. I want to set the record straight. Today's topic is the top 3 reasons why you should never take money from a VC like me. Okay, reason number 1. You almost certainly want to build a lifestyle business instead. So what's a lifestyle business? Well, to be clear, there's no legal definition. It's really more of a concept. And what it means to be a lifestyle business really depends on who you ask. And that's the whole point. So if you ask a normal functioning human being, meaning not a VC, here's how they might describe a lifestyle business. They'd say it's a business where you're your own boss. You spend your day glowing in the satisfaction that comes from your customers enjoying the products and services that you offer them. If you have a lifestyle business, you pay yourself and your staff however you see fit. To be clear, there's a lot of lifestyle businesses where the founder or founders pay themselves plenty of money. This is not about how much money you can make. You get to decide how much of the money that the business produces you get to keep and how much you want to invest back into the business. You get to decide how the business is run every single day. And when you're tired of doing it, you get to decide what happens next. You could just stop the business and shut it down. You could sell it to someone, whoever you want to sell it to or whoever you can find to buy it. You want to hand over the reins to your unemployed nephew, Steven? Sure, you can do that too. The point here is that you're the boss. You call the shots from the very beginning to the very end. The description of a lifestyle business sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Well, I can tell you if you raise money from a VC, almost everything that I just mentioned isn't true. Okay, so that's just one definition. That's how normal functioning human beings would describe it. But how would a VC describe a lifestyle business? See, I can't even say it without rolling my eyes. Well, when we think about lifestyle business, first of all, they're like a little gnat that flies by your ear, and you're like, how could something that small make that much noise? Part of the annoyance is it's so small. But if we're going to talk about it, and we're going to say things like, the total addressable market for this business is not sufficient, and we'll push up our nerdy little glasses just like that when we say it. So what does that even mean? So total addressable market, or TAM for short, is really just an estimate of how big your business could be if every person or business on the planet that could practically buy your product or service actually did. Said another way, it's the total amount of demand that exists in the market for what you have to offer. So I said earlier that TAM is just an estimate, and that's really a nice way of saying it's a completely wild ass guess around how big your business could be. And there's lots of ways that you can come up with that estimate. You could do a top-down approach, you could do a bottoms-up approach, you could throw a dart at a dartboard, and whatever number it lands on, you just take that number and multiply it by 20 million, and that's your TAM. Probably the most common TAM analysis I see when I get pitched by founders is the ridiculously oversimplified and equally unimpressive approach of saying you are going to achieve a small percentage of a giant market. So it goes something like this. I'm going to open up a dental practice in Boulder, and it turns out that the dental industry is, wait for it. Okay, according to Google, the dental industry is a $137 billion industry. So in this pitch you say, hey look, I think I can only capture 1% of this market, but when I do, I'll have a $1.37 billion business. As if somehow, just because the percentage is small, it's easy to achieve. Honestly, that one never gets old. Okay, so let's talk about a slightly more sophisticated wild guess. Let's take that same dental practice. So let's say as a founder, you come to me and you say, hey, I want to open a dental practice in Boulder. The first thing I think is, okay, well, there's 100,000 people in Boulder, so that's kind of the total addressable audience. But then you say, no, my dental practice is so good, I'm going to pull people from throughout the county, so really the right number is 200,000. But then I'm going to say, yeah, but Boulder has always traditionally supported 20 dental practices, and I don't see any reason why that's going to change when you open yours. So really, your total addressable market is 10,000. And then you go, okay, I can live with 10,000. And then I'm going to say as an investor, wait, like don't 20% of the people just not go to the dentist at all? Maybe they can't afford it. There's a whole bunch of people that think that the government is using dentists to implant chips into your teeth so they can listen to what you're thinking. So really, let's say your total audience size is 8,000 people. And then, we agree that after all the insurance stuff, you're going to make about $100 per customer per year. Thus, you're looking at about $800,000 TAM in the best case where you're able to capture all the customers that you could. Hang on a second. Let's just check that. Wow. So Google actually says that the average dental practice makes $771,000. So that was just a fun guess. Now my guess is the math is actually very different. It's probably far fewer customers and probably much higher average revenue per customer, but I'm definitely digressing. This is not good content. Anyway, what do we do with that? Okay, so I've got a TAM of $800,000. Is that interesting to a VC? Hell no. So why does TAM matter? Well, I'm not going to talk about how VCs make money in this video. I'll save that one for another time. I bet that one will be way better than this video. But the short version is VCs need to put a lot of money to work, typically millions of dollars, and into a company, and then they want to get out tens or hundreds or billions of dollars back, and the math just doesn't work if the business is too small. So an $800,000 annual revenue business is just not interesting to a VC. Now, as a side note, if you created a business where you had a robot that actually did replace 1% of all dentists, and you really did have a TAM of $1.37 billion, now that would be interesting to a VC. The TAM is large, and plus we just love businesses where robots replace humans. So what is an acceptable TAM size? Well, it really depends. Every VC firm is different, and some investors invest really early and some later, and so they have different sets of expectations. I think there are some VCs that might look at a valid TAM as being a business that has tens of millions in annual revenue. I think most VCs would have a requirement of at least hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue revenue annually. And then there are certainly some VCs, especially later stage VCs, that would want annual revenue in the billions of dollars. So $800,000 annual revenue dentist business isn't going to be interesting. So you might be thinking, hey, Moody, why is this my problem? I mean, VCs are really smart. They should know if I don't have an acceptable TAM. And to that I say, VCs get tricked all the time. We don't know. You know your business better than we do, at least hopefully you do. So relying on a VC to tell you what is an acceptable TAM isn't good enough. You need to do a lot of soul searching. I think you should start off building your business with the assumption that it's going to be a lifestyle business. Now, back in the old days, that wasn't possible. I mean, we go back 20 years ago, you wanted to build a technology business, for example, you had to start by building out a server farm, and there was lots of capital expenses. But now with cloud computing and with platforms like Facebook that allow you to test your messaging and test your audience size before you really spend any real money, you can go a long, long way without taking on real capital. And this is the key point. If you start off with a lifestyle business and at some point it becomes overwhelmingly obvious that there are so many customers demanding your product or service that you want to raise venture money, that's great. In fact, you'll be in a better position with VCs from a negotiating standpoint around the value of your company if you have all those proof points. VCs love companies that have bootstrapped and gotten really far and have proven product market fit, and now they're just looking for capital to kind of throw fuel on the fire. So that's totally fine. Start off with a lifestyle business. If it's skyrocketing success, you can always raise venture money. But here's the thing. If you start off with a venture-backed business, you can't go backwards. And believe me, many, many entrepreneurs wish they could. And I'll talk more about this in just a second. But a lifestyle business can become a venture-backed business. A venture-backed business cannot become a lifestyle business. Okay, on to point number 2. Time out. I'm now coming to you from the future. I was just editing this video and I realized we're like 12 minutes in and I just finished reason number 1 of 3 reasons. And I had planned for this whole video to be like 6 minutes. So, Jesus, I really have become one of those VCs who just can't shut up. I just love the sound of my own voice. So I'm going to go ahead and divide this into 3 parts. And that way you can go ahead and get on with your day-to-day. Get off YouTube. Go outside. It's almost certainly nice outside. And I'll be back with the other 2 episodes shortly. So if you've liked this video, and I can't imagine that you have, but if you have, please like and subscribe. I have no idea why that's important, but every YouTuber says it. And if there's one thing I know, YouTubers are really, really smart, and I aspire to be just like them. So I'm going to just follow their lead on this one. Also, if you want to get notified when episode 2 and episode 3 are available, you can hit that little bell icon somewhere over here and you'll get notified when those episodes are ready. Okay, that's it for now, and we'll see you on part 2 shortly. Cheers. By the way, I should mention being here in the future is really cool. Things have changed. I've got a slightly different camera angle now. I've got artwork. I've got a lamp. Where did that lamp come from? I'm wearing a different shirt. The future is amazing. I can't wait for you to experience it.